If I had to pick him out of a lineup, it wouldn't be that hard. He'd be the one, like, bull in a china shop, wagging his tail and hitting things with his rear end. Sometime later, we found Sugar.
Hey, Sugar. Come here.
She came from a breeder, and they no longer wanted to breed her.
There's your good boy.
The introduction process for Roman and Sugar was surprisingly quick.
Good boy.
It was the first week we brought her home. She had the freedom to hop around the sunroom and do whatever she wanted. Roman was laying on the floor, letting her hop all over him, check him out. Then he rolls over on his back and smiles at me with this huge doofus smile. And when I saw that happen, I was like, okay, so there's something happening here.
Peace is happening around our world.
Peace News number 57 of many and counting.
There are many countries promoting peace and fostering amity among peoples and governments. Etc.
January 2024. Jews and Muslims jointly commemorate Holocaust Remembrance Day in Srebrenica, Bosnia and Herzegovina, with organizers saying the two communities should embrace solidarity and peace.
Anyone with a soul must have deep compassion and empathy for the suffering of Palestinian civilian women, men and children desperately in need of humanitarian aid.
U našem okruženju, širom Evrope i svijeta, valja nam obnoviti naš zavjet da ćemo i dalje biti dobre komšije i bdjeti jedni nad drugima, kao što smo to činili u prošlosti.
By creating peace, we all can make a loving, serene, and prosperous world.
Bow in gratitude to the three most powerful for all beings' benefit.
Creamy, tangy, and full of flavor. Spread it on toast, use it as a dip, or swirl it into sauces. Once you try it, you know it's worth every minute of your time and effort. Dairy-free fermented cheese, part 3 of 4. Vegan cashew cream cheese with non-alcoholic fermented brown rice water. Stay tuned to learn how to craft your own homemade vegan cheese.
As a plant eater, I inevitably still depend on destruction for sustenance, but the amount of suffering that my diet involves is reduced to a fraction of my pre-conversion diet. I can thus, for a vegan diet, uphold my vow to be compassionate and just. Duke MacLeod, vegan.
In the quiet hush of a coastal path on the Isle of Man, where sea thrift nods in the breeze and gull folks call out overhead, a hiker waves to you and says, "Mora mai." That's good morning in Manx, the local language of this storied island with the United Kingdom. I'm Marlene. As you wander across the island, you'll see wild orchids blooming in summer, seal citizens basking on the southern shores, and the distinctive Manx Lachlan sheep people grazing on the open hills. The resourceful and generous Manx people invite you to join them in their efforts to preserve the island's beauty. May your journey be guided by hope in heaven's love.
The moment it clicked for me was when Roman took a nap in Sugar's space, and Sugar laid down next to him and also napped. With rabbits, if they're laying legs splayed out, then they're cloud nine, and that's how she is with him. Now they nap together and do everything together. She doesn't like being picked up. She doesn't like us touching her feet very much, but Roman can touch her feet. Roman can lick her head. Roman can nose her around and she just flops over. Sugar lets him know when she wants to interact and she lets him know when she doesn't. Roman, being the patient saint that he is, follows her cues.
Good boy.
In the mornings, they'll be out there with me on the back porch and enjoy the morning together. I know that having Roman has helped make Sugar feel safe here because she has a friend.
Supreme Master TV Max. Maximize nearly limitless blessings everywhere. The new version of Supreme Master TV Max channels immeasurable blessings from the supreme grace of God. How to best utilize this free of charge tool. Easy. Play it on as many devices as possible.
Buy more. No use telephones, old tablets, anything. The more the better. Spread it anywhere, in your garage, in your garden, in your car, on your bus, at your work, widely of course. Everywhere. The more the better, because right now the blessing power is spread out so incredibly, almost like limitless. So you make use of that in order to strengthen the positive power in this world, to help me to save it, okay? To save people.
Go to suprememastertv.com/max. Click the button that is for your device. One is for PC or Android phone or tablet. The other is for Apple iOS phone or tablet and any other device. Under that, you can click on the plus screens buttons for Max. Each Max screen has a nearly infinite number of screens behind it. 1 plus 119,200 Max. Watch one big screen of Supreme Master TV with a thin line of 119,200 screens of Max around it, along with additional smaller screens. The most powerful daily prayer can be viewed similarly, with even more Max screens surrounding it. Combo. See Supreme Master TV alongside 3 or more smaller screens of Max. Enjoy our TV and the immense blessing at the same time. The download button downloads a video or audio file of the most powerful daily prayer to your device to keep the positive energy flowing without an internet connection. Please tell all you know, all others, so this can help the whole world to be saved. Print out a Supreme Master TV Max card to distribute wherever you go, for example, if it is safe for you.
That kind of concentrated, huge, incredible energy will bless your home, bless your environment, your village, your town, or your city. And if many people do that, will bless your country, bless the world. Then our world will have less disasters, less war, more happiness, more intelligence, and more abundant blessings in our life. Just try it and you'll see the miracles that will happen.
Please visit suprememastertv.com/max, youtube.com/@folia999/streams, or youtube.com/@suprememastertvlive/streams.
Welcome to our show, Dairy-Free Fermented Cheese, Part 3 or 4. Vegan cashew cream cheese with non-alcoholic fermented brown rice water. Cheesemaking has been around for centuries, and the flavor of traditional cheese relies on dairy, natural fermentation, and careful aging. However, fermented vegan cheeses, which use ingredients such as nuts and seeds, are becoming a preferred option for many due to their compassionate appeal, their health benefits, and the versatile characteristics of the final products. Today we'll be making another delicious vegan cheese, vegan cashew cream cheese, made with cashews and non-alcoholic fermented brown rice water. This fermented water is rich in beneficial bacteria that give your gut a healthy probiotic boost and is often enjoyed as a non-alcoholic drink. The natural enzymes produced from those beneficial bacteria give the cashew puree a smooth, velvety texture. The result is a creamy, tangy vegan cheese packed with flavor and versatility, perfect for spreading on toast, using as a dip or pizza base, or adding to fillings and sauces. Let's first soak half a cup of washed, unprocessed, raw brown rice grains in a jar with plenty of drinking water. Cover the jar with its mesh lid and leave it at room temperature for 6 to 8 hours to allow the brown rice to absorb the water and germinate. The mesh lid allows air circulation while preventing contaminants. After soaking, discard the water. Prepare a wide and shallow strainer or any kitchenware with holes to allow good drainage and ventilation. Lay a piece of clean cotton cloth over the strainer and spread the brown rice evenly over the cloth. Meanwhile, pick and discard any impurities, damaged or low-quality grains. Cover with another piece of clean cloth. Set the strainer aside in a warm and well-ventilated place for 2 to 3 days to allow the rice grains to germinate. Maintaining around 30 degrees Celsius gives the fastest and most uniform germination. Rinse the rice grains with water. Then cover them with another piece of cloth. Set them in a well-ventilated place. Remember to rinse them 3 to 4 times a day. Rinsing enables the grains to absorb water for germination, keeps the rice fresh, and prevents unwanted bacterial or fungal growth that can lead to a foul smell and spoilage. After about 2 to 3 days, the brown rice grains sprout. This is how the sprouted rice looks. Transfer them into a jar and will ferment the sprouted grains. Pour 500 milliliters of lukewarm drinking water into the jar. Warm water helps activate beneficial bacteria and enzymes, speeding up the fermentation process. Cover the jar with a piece of breathable material, like a kitchen napkin, and then secure it with a screw jar band. This will prevent contamination with impurities, allow gases produced during fermentation to escape, and prevent the jar from bursting unexpectedly. Place the jar in a place without direct sunlight to avoid UV light, which inhibits fermentation and temperature fluctuations. The fermentation takes about 4 to 6 hours at the ideal temperature, 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. During fermentation, the liquid will turn cloudy as beneficial bacteria and organic compounds develop. You'll know it's ready for our recipe when small bubbles rise to the surface after gently shaking the bottle. The aroma should be mild, tangy, and slightly yeasty. If it doesn't smell right, discard it and start fresh. For a more pronounced flavor, simply let it ferment a little longer. Now, pour the fermented brown rice water into a clean bottle. Close the bottle with its lid and store it in the refrigerator for later use. As for the drained brown rice, don't toss it. You can cook it and enjoy it as a meal, or add fresh water to ferment it again. The second fermentation usually takes less time and yields a mildly tangy, naturally sweet, non-alcoholic drink. Wise viewers, we'll take a moment now to see if the players in our home need to be recharged. We use them to play the most powerful daily prayer from our beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. We'll be right back.
Vegan, because no other beings eat you. why should you eat other beings?
The official start of a lifelong friendship captured in a moment of pure joy.
The most powerful daily prayer for any time and before meditation, which is the order from God, and Supreme Master Ching Hai shares with us by His blessed grace.
We humbly worship, praise, thank, obey, and love God Almighty, the Most High, the greatest, for world vegan, world peace, and our soul liberation. We thank, love, praise the only Son of God, who is the ultimate Master for our salvation. We follow the teaching of all the saints and sages. We thank, love, and praise them, who are the representatives of God for our spiritual elevation.
Welcome back to our show, Dairy-Free Fermented Cheese, Part 3 of 4, Vegan Cashew Cream Cheese with Non-Alcoholic Fermented Brown Rice Water. Next, we'll start preparing the fermented cashew puree. We have soaked 200 grams of raw cashews overnight. Now discard the soaking water. Pour them into a blender jar. Add 200 grams of the fermented brown rice water. Cover the blender with its lid and blend at high speed until the mixture becomes smooth and creamy. It's the right consistency when you scoop it up. It'll drip slowly from the spatula like this. We'll now filter the fermented cashew puree to separate the curd from the whey, which is the liquid in the bottle. Place a small saucer in a small bowl. Stand a cheese hoop on the saucer. Then line the cheese hoop with a piece of cheesecloth. The small saucer props up the cheese hoop, ensuring airflow and allowing the liquid or whey to drain away from the cheese hoop. Pour the fermented cashew puree into the lined cheese hoop. Gather the edges of the cheesecloth and tie it with a cotton string. Leave some room in the cheesecloth to allow for further fermentation. Place a lid and an empty glass jar to weigh down on the wrapped puree and leave it in a well-ventilated place at 20 to 25 degrees Celsius to ferment for 24 hours. After 24 hours, remove the glass jar and lid. The cheese bundle has shrunk in size. The whey has now drained out into the bowl, leaving the curd in the cheesecloth. Plant-based whey is highly nutritious, and you can use it in your other vegan recipes. If you prefer a strong cheese flavor, you could refrigerate this fermented cashew puree for about 4 to 7 days. While the fermentation may be slow, the resulting cheese will have a richer flavor. It's better to finish it in about 2 weeks, since there's no preservative in it. Transfer the cheese bag with the vegan curd to a plate. open the vegan cheese bundle. The separation of the whey from the curd has given rise to capillary pores in the curd. Scrape the curd and scoop it into a glass bowl. We are now going to season the curd in a large mixing bowl. Add 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, a 1/4 teaspoon of black salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of vegan butter, and lastly, the fermented cashew curd, 216 grams in total. Mix well. For a creamier and smoother texture, you could use a handheld stick blender to blend. Our vegan cashew cream cheese is done.
Ingredients. For all ingredients, please use organic versions if available. For the vegan cashew cream cheese, the ingredients are 216 grams of fermented cashew curd, 1 tablespoon or 6 grams of nutritional yeast, 1/4 teaspoon or 2 grams of black salt, 1/4 teaspoon or 1.5 grams of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon or 12 grams of vegan butter. Fermented cashew curd, 200 grams of raw cashews, 200 grams of fermented brown rice water. Fermented brown rice water, 1/2 cup or 90 grams of unprocessed raw brown rice, 550 millilitres of water.
Vegan. Wherever you go, the angels line up to welcome you.
All love the Trinity, the utmost powerful.
Cherished viewers, thank you for joining us today. We hope you find delight in making this homemade vegan cream cheese. Once you taste it, you'll know it was worth every bit of your care and patience. Be sure to tune in next Sunday, February 1st, when we'll be sharing another delicious fermented treat, vegan Havarti cheese with Japanese koji salt as a probiotic source. Up next is We All Have the Wisdom of God, Part 3 of 9 on Between Master and Disciples in English with subtitles in many languages. When you choose to live in harmony with all beings under our beautiful blue sky and embrace a compassionate vegan path, you'll discover the radiant peace and joy that blooms within, blessed by the Divine's unconditional love and guidance.
Being vegan, having peace, doing good deeds. Life is a feast.
For free international vegan recipes and for language availability, please visit suprememastertv.com/VEG and suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Untuk resep vegan internasional gratis dan menemukan bahasa yang tersedia, silakan lihat suprememastertv.com/VEG dan suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Also, be sure to follow us on our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Getter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Nico, Pinterest, Reddit, Substack, Telegram, Threads, TikTok, Truth Social, Tumblr, VK and X, previously known as Twitter, in multiple languages by searching Supreme Master TV.